What's something most people don't realize will kill you in seconds? Brake checking a semi? You'd think it'd be obvious, but nope. We had a local case where a road rager brake checked an old man to a complete stop in the middle of the highway and then started to take off. The tractor trailer behind them couldn't stop in time and killed the old man. The road rager went to prison for manslaughter. A very long time ago, I was doom-scrolling YouTube, and I came across this story of a woman who got into a car accident with her 3 children. The semi ran right through the car, and the woman was the only one who survived. Later, her and her husband ended up having triplets in the same boy-girl pattern as their last kids. Ever since watching those videos, interviews and news stories about it, I stay as far away from semi-trucks. Slipping in the shower. I slipped or passed out, we don't know. In the shower 2 years ago, hit the front and back of my head. I was lucky my husband was home and heard the banging. Woke up to him shaking me and on the phone with 911. Bad concussion, seriously the worst headache of my life. Lost 6 months of memory I never got back. Had mild aphasia and the shakes for a few weeks after and a personality change. But I feel very lucky it wasn't worse. When I was like 10 years old, I slipped in the bathroom and hit my head in the toilet pretty hard. I blacked out for a few seconds, and as I tried to get back up, I immediately fell back down because I was so dizzy. So I just laid down there on the bathroom floor for a few minutes. Then my dad knocked on the door asking if he could use the bathroom, so I stood up, still pretty dizzy, and opened the door. My dad noticed I had a huge bump on the back of my head. To this day, I still fear slipping in the bathroom. That was one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my life, and it lasted for hours. Carbon dioxide. People have died playing with dry ice. Decades ago, setting up for a party where the plan was to feature a punch bowl with dry ice fog. I went to an industrial dry ice plant nearby to buy a block of the stuff. Turned out they only sell in industrial quantities, but they said I could take as much as I wanted. So I filled my car hatchback with maybe 250 pounds of dry ice and drove off. Guy from the facility comes running after me, screaming, "Open your windows!" He may have saved my life. There's a show on Netflix where bartenders compete by making cocktails. Once in a while, they'll use dry ice for presentation. The smart ones keep it contained, separated, or removable. The less smart ones toss it directly in the drink, get DQ'd when the judges refuse to drink it, and usually get eliminated that round. The judges explained that even a small loose chunk can get caught in your throat, sublimate CO2 directly into your respiratory system, and suffocate you. Enclosed spaces. Don't assume it's the air you're used to down there. There were 2 utility workers in my hometown that died going into an underground drainage control. Opened it up, and the first guy went down and passed out from whatever gases were down there. Second guy went in after him and passed out too. Years ago, I was receiving safety training at a chemical plant. One thing they stressed was there must be a second person who is outside the enclosed space, and that second person must never go in to rescue the first person. The second is there to call for help from the proper safety people on site. If the second person goes in now, the rescue people have 2 people to get out of there. In my MSHA training, our trainer told us about a farm near her house that had a manure pit. A son had gone into the pit, not realizing the methane gas buildup and passed out. His father chased after him thinking he could save him, and also passed out. Both died within minutes. Never chase after someone into unknown chemicals. Horses, we've lived with them for so long that unless you spend regular time around them, you don't know just how unbelievably dangerous they are. It's a good thing they're so stupid or we'd be fucked. Movies have people believing they're these docile creatures that live to serve humans. Those are the ones that have been trained extensively. They are otherwise 1,500 pounds of dumb, panicky hair-trigger muscle. Oh fuck, is that a pine cone on the path? I'm gonna die. Tilda horses. I did some endurance riding when I was younger on a half-Arab, half-Mustang filly. She was a pleasure to ride, except if she saw a large rock. Then she somehow went sideways right under me, leaving me desperately trying to hold on until she calmed down. Another time, she stomped hard, and I thought she stepped in a hole or something. But when I looked back, there was a rattlesnake flailing around because its head got smashed into the ground mid-stride. Loved that horse. She was smart and had lots of common sense, except when it came to rocks. Texting while driving, or looking at your display, talking on the phone, any distracted driving or brief look away. Knew a guy who leaned over to change a CD, permanently paralyzed. A few weeks back, a lady was stopped waiting for us to drive past so she could pull into her driveway. A dual cab smashed into the back of her so hard that their cars were stuck together. Once I checked she was okay, went and checked in on old mate who was already telling me he just looked down to check something on his dash. Had a big talk with my son about distracted driving while we finally finished the trip to school that morning. It can happen in an instant. I hate the screen displays. Just went car shopping last year and they showed me so many cars with that shit, no matter how many times I said I didn't want it. I'm sure eventually it will be impossible to get a car without it, but fuck. It's awful. There are no actual buttons. I can't tell where anything is and I have to look at the display. When I had buttons, I could do it by feel without looking. It's a huge distraction and I'm a bad driver in the first place. Fuck you, car makers. You fucking suck, dirty, diseased assholes. Using a massage gun on your neck. While handheld massage guns are generally safe to use on muscles, using them on the neck can be dangerous. The high vibrations produced by massage guns can injure unprotected areas of the neck, and in rare cases, can cause soft tissue damage or stroke-like symptoms. For a second I was wondering who uses a fucking loaded gun to massage. Falling from regular standing height. My very first high school boyfriend died this way. He climbed up on the hood of his car to fix something, slipped, fell, and died from a broken neck. My only comfort is that it was an instantaneous death. Both of my parents, who each lived alone, had falls at home where they weren't found for a couple of days. My mom died in the hospital. My dad nearly died, but is okay now after a very long recovery. It's not just hitting your head or breaking bones that puts you at risk. If you can't get up and are stationary for too long, rhabdomyolysis can kill you. I used to think stuff like Life Alert was a joke, but these types of falls are so common. Decades of muscle memory plus the body simply not working quite as it used to due to age is a gnarly combo. Don't leave trip hazards around your house. Thank you for listening. Hitting your head against a wall. There's a pretty famous story about a basketball player who missed a shot, got annoyed and headbutted, if I remember correctly, the post the hoop is attached to. Didn't kill him, but paralyzed him from the neck down for life. People do die from doing this. I've seen people get mad and headbutt something 100 times, but do it wrong once and that's it. You're dead. Edit. He made the shot but was called out, got a foul, so it didn't count. He died 13 years later. Someone has replied with a video link, but watch at your own discretion. It's not nice. My kids banged heads once while playing, came running to me. One was crying and he had a little goose egg on his head. Fast forward a few weeks, the bump wasn't going away. Take him to the pediatrician, who is slightly puzzled and sends us to a pediatric neurosurgeon at the children's hospital. We have some scans, got a call to come back, which is never good news, and we're told he had a rare sort of cancer-type lesion in his skull. A year of chemo, and he was fine. This was 9 years ago. He's still doing great, but his oncologist said that injury has been reported with this type of cancer-like lesion. The way my brain processes it is that the cells that went to fix the injury just didn't leave properly and instead continued to grow abnormally. It's very rare, but still it happened. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe and comment your opinion on how can people die in a few seconds.